Front-end development can seem something out of a wizard's world, but sometimes it can be as simple as vertical aligning an element within another element. If this sounds weird, join me in this episode because I'll try to guide you through some resources, tools, and tips of how to make you more productive and happier when doing front-end development. When working with front-end development, for sure, you will have someone that will take care of designing the app and making sure that the user experience is okay and the user interface is okay as well. So you need to make sure that the development team and the design team are aligned on what resources and customizations are okay to do or not. So let's start with that. And so first thing is for both design and development teams to align on using the OutSystems UI framework. And this is because we are talking about front-end with OutSystems. This is probably the most important thing to make delivery of the app as fast as possible. So if you go to the OutSystems UI website, you have the resources tab where you can find the design kit for Sketch and Figma and quickly show how that looks. A getting started guide for the design team where they can find styles, layouts, accessibility, screen templates, icons, charts, everything that comes out of the box with the OutSystems UI framework. And for each UI pattern that is in that framework, you can have a detailed overview of all the status that pattern supports and how it behaves. So that's important. Second thing is to align on what type of customizations are worth the effort per se to actually do. Because if you use everything that comes as it is with the OutSystems UI framework, this could be the fastest app ever delivered. Of course, there's always some requirement for customization, for branding, for user experience, but make sure that both teams are aligned on that part. After that is the development team to look at the mockups and understand by using the UI patterns in the OutSystems website, understand what patterns are in the design and how they should be used and customized. So for example, if we take a look here at the screen template, and let's assume that this was the mockup that you needed to implement in your application from scratch, you can see that we have a card kind of type of pattern, right? And we have a section here that seems to be separated by two columns. So make sure that you analyze the mockups and understand the patterns that are needed, the sections that are needed. Go to the OutSystems UI website and understand, for example, that is a card section UI pattern that seems pretty similar to the ones that we have in our mockup. For the columns, we have a lot of patterns for structuring your application, since from 2 columns to 6 columns and being sized differently between each other. And with that said, probably we should have started with this, but make sure to also take a look at all the pages that you need to implement and that are designed, and take a note of things like colors, spacing between elements, layouts, typography, all those more generic elements that will be the foundation for you to build your base theme. So you can take a look here, you can check the layouts that we have for login, the base ones, and how the elements behave in different devices and sizes, the styles, where are the typography, the colors and the shadows, and some more stylistic things that you can apply to your element. So this should also not need as many customization as a specific element, a specific UI pattern, but it's important that it's here and use as much as possible what comes out of the box from the OutSystems UI framework. So with all that said, let's take a quick look at how all of this looks in Service Studio. And I've already implemented some stuff. So this is the product card, right? And let me show it one more time. And we can see here that we have an image that takes the whole space, the headphones with the 2-section kind of thing, the title, the name of the product, and the description, which translates to this, the section card that we have in OutSystems UI with an image, title, the content that is the product description, and here's the small customization that we did is we wrapped the 2 columns, one smaller than the other, to hold the rating and the category of the product. And we used some out-of-the-box CSS classes that are already implemented in the OutSystems UI base theme. So that's about it, right? Talking about the base theme, if we take a look at that, we can see that the base theme is the OutSystems UI. You can see it here. Then we use the theme editor, and let me click so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the theme editor where you can choose the sizes, the spacing, the splash and login backgrounds, all those stylistic things in your application that come here. And that was used to change colors, basically. That was it. And then this is where you could implement your custom CSS. And as you can see, because we used a lot of the OutSystems UI widgets, there's not that much CSS here. It's basically more colors or spacing that also uses what comes from the OutSystems UI. So this is a CSS variable. So that should be it. So you can start from design to having an app developed. And those are like the 4-5 tricks, tips, resources, tools that you might use when developing an application with OutSystems, and specifically the front-end part of that application. Hopefully that was helpful. It was a really quick overview. You have really good resources that I'll link below by our community. Thank you. Regarding this front-end development topic and more detailed than this. So make sure to take a look. Thank you for being there. Please make sure to comment on topics that you want us to give you a quick overview. Everything in the world of development is fair. Make sure to drop your comments so we can deliver content that is important to you. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.